Hello everyone, it's DJ here. I was working on a new project and I thought some of you might actually find this interesting, this whole process. So I was going to start documenting it, and then if some of you like it or find it interesting or helpful for what you're working on, cool. If not, then I'll stop doing it. That's fine too. Um, but see, the nuts and bolts of it are I started a new project, a new band with my friends Derrek Phillips, Rich Brinsfield, and Pittman. Awesome musicians that I've loved working with over years. They're really good friends of mine, and just wanted to start a band. Starting a band is really hard in Nashville with working musicians because we're working all the time. Those guys are very busy. And so I knew when we started that it was going to be a different project. When I was doing, a few years ago, I used to do solo artist stuff. And when I did that, I would try to get those guys or guys that or guys or girls that I know are great musicians. But you just kind of have to book the show and then get whoever's available or book the studio time. And I didn't want to do that this time. I've been full time with the Downtown Band. It's a band that does corporate events and parties and high-end weddings and stuff like that. And we've been really busy, and that's my main job, and I love it. But I wanted to create something, and I wanted to create something with those guys. So I wanted to do it as a band this time. And so it's taken a couple years to get things going with that, just because it's really hard to meet up. So we'd had a couple rehearsals. We released a single last year, and then we finally recorded an EP. It's almost done, and we've got a music video shot that's done. But it's going to surprise you. For those of you who are not music people, this might be really boring to you, actually. So bye if you leave. I have all that done, but I have no idea how to release it. It's been about 5 years since I've really focused and released original music, other than that single last year, which we just kind of put out there. And so the landscape has changed a lot, and I was never very good at it anyway. So I've decided I'm going to take some time to kind of just collect information for a while and then sort of make a plan on how to release it. Some of you maybe already are doing this great and kicking butt at it. Some of you may be like, what are you talking about? Don't you just release music? Basically, you can release music whenever you want. It's really easy now. If you've created the product, you can just put it out there. But that doesn't mean that anybody's going to listen to it or care about it or write about it, as far as like getting stuff in publications or getting featured in playlists, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff out there. So a lot of it I have no idea about. I know, just like as a music listener, sometimes stuff just pops up and I have no idea how it got there. So I'm trying to just right now, I'm just collecting information. You can see, here's my workspace. It's got a little messy. Got way too many liquids near my computer. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I've never spilled on a computer before, except for twice. That was years ago, though. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now is a thing that my wife and I call tabbing out. So I don't know how much you can see on the computer screen because it probably looks terrible, but just got a million tabs open here. This is our website right now. It's just got the music video that we released last year, and then we've got links to a non-existent social media presence and the single there. And then I've just got all these tabs open where I'm just sort of researching stuff. I started, where do you start, right? I started just sort of making a list of stuff. I started, this is my own thought process. Other people have completely different processes. I started just like writing down everything I could. So, I got to start with a notepad, like super analog, right? And I just started making lists of things like, what do I want to do? Well, I want to shoot more music videos so that I have more. We have one in the can and one that's been released. That song is also on the EP, so I'll do something to like re-release that. I got to register the songs with a PRO, so we kind of know what's going on there. And I've co-written those songs with the band, so I got to kind of get with them and figure it out. So there's like a lot of nuts and bolts stuff as well. And then there's stuff, I just started kind of Googling around, and I listen to this great podcast, the CD Baby DIY Musician Podcast. They have a lot of great ideas. I have like 200 back episodes that I haven't listened to in years because I haven't been releasing my own music. So I was just kind of like, I'm gonna stop listening to this. And they have some amazing ideas. I listened to some great stuff about pitching your music to Spotify playlists, stuff like that. So more to come, but I just thought you guys might want to be might be interested in seeing what's going on here. If this is interesting to you, let me know. Write a comment, ask questions, tell me things that I don't know, because I know there's a lot. Otherwise, I'm just going to be here just collecting information and trying to learn more. And then after that, I'm going to make a plan, talk to the guys in the band, kind of see what they think too. They're busy with their own stuff, so they'll have opinions. But this is kind of my train right now to drive, and then I'll kind of see what they think when I come up with ideas. But yeah, that's it for now. Bye.